right, call to order tonight's regular board meeting of commissioners, July 22nd at 7:01. Please call the roll.
Larson. Absent. Bell.
Here.
Druin.
Here.
Slater. Absent. Tillman.
Here. All right, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Do we have any items to be added, removed, or changed from the agenda?
No, we do not.
Lovely. Then we will proceed with this agenda. Entertain a motion to establish the consent agenda as follows. Regular board meeting of June 17th, 2025. Executive session, June 17th, 2025. Paid expenditures report. Expense approval report. Investment summary. Income statement. Purchases and the annual treasurer's report.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Bell, second by Druin. Please call the roll.
Bell.
Aye.
Druin.
Aye.
Tillman.
Aye, motion carries. Entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Bell, second by Druin. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Guest matters from the public. Anybody want to come forward and speak today? I will give it 45 minutes. Or we're done. Great. Matters from the commissioners. Anybody have anything you want to say?
I went to the Windmill City Fest, had a great time. Everybody was happy. It was great music. Lots of fun. Well done. Yeah, especially with Friday night's weather that put a snack on things. I was there Saturday night. Super fun. Nice. Yeah. Lady Gaga. I was sorry to miss it. I'm looking forward to it again next year.
So once again, I serve beer from 12 to 3. And one of the things that always amazes me is when I actually see you guys do the work that you do.
Oh, it's a lot.
Because it's insanely a lot. And it's done, and it makes it look like it's really not a lot, but everything is just perfect. You know, kudos to everybody. It was nonstop. You know, my stuff was really easy. Here, you want this, you want that. You know, give me the ticket, here's that. But you guys are, it was awesome. So well done, excellent stuff.
They're working the magic behind the scenes.
Exactly. And it wasn't even behind the scenes, they were right there.
All right, yeah.
You know, they were right there. All right, item number 8, correspondence. We have a couple. Thank you letter from the Conservation Foundation for a basket donation for the 2025 Earth Day benefit silent auction, and a letter from Executive Director Allison Niemela to Scott Buning at the city of Batavia requesting our disbursement of the land cash funds available to the park district, which I believe we will talk about later. So we will make sure those get entered into the record.
Thank you.
And we are on 9A, presentations. The auditor's presentation of the 2024 annual comprehensive financial report.
That's what we've all been waiting for.
Yes, oh my goodness.
Right.
Tom is here. You want to do the introduction?
That's right.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, finally somebody else here who loves finances.
Yes.
So Tom Sawicki is joining us tonight to present our annual financial report. Tom is the director with our external auditing firm, Sikich, and this is the 2024 financial report that he will present. So this audit report starts on page 48 of the board packet, and then there's an additional report, the board communication report, that will start on page 166 of your report packet. But I'm sure Tom will touch on both reports.
Yeah, I'll be pointing out the actual page numbers in the report, so I'm not sure if they correspond to your page numbers in that.
They're printed on the bottom. So.
Oh, perfect. Okay. Awesome. Well, as Brett mentioned, my name is Tom Sawicki, Director with Sikich. We're the auditors for December 31st, 2024 fiscal year end. So thank you for giving me a few minutes tonight to go through the audit results. I'd like to thank Brent also for all of his help during the audit process. We can tend to ask for a lot of information, so I appreciate all of his assistance getting us through all of our audit procedures this year. So now we'll be going through the reports we issued as part of the audit. So again, as Brent mentioned, we have the annual comprehensive financial report, this the big one here. We actually have two other reports this year. So we have the auditor's communication to the board, and then a third new report, this third one called the Illinois GATA Cipher Report. So I'm going to start here in the audit report, and I'll indicate what page number I'm going through so you can follow along. So page, it's III. It's the Certificate of Achievement for Excellence in Financial Reporting. So the district annually participates in the GFOA certificate program, which requires that the financial information presented goes above and beyond the minimum reporting requirements. This particular certificate represents the 14th consecutive year the district has earned this award, and this is related to the fiscal year 2023 report that was submitted last year. So Brent would then submit this current 2024 report this year, and so we anticipate the district will get its 15th consecutive award next year. Flipping past that then, starting on page 1 is the independent auditor's report. As part of our audit, we followed two sets of standards, the generally accepted auditing standards and governmental reporting requirements. In accordance with those standards, we issued what we call an unmodified opinion on the financial statements. It's also known as a clean audit opinion. It's the highest level of assurance we can provide if the financial statements are free from material misstatement. You'll also note the last paragraph down here, change in accounting principle. We issued, or we had to implement a new GASB pronouncement, GASB 101, related to comp abs. So just changed the way that was presented in the audit report this year. Flipping past that to page 5. Page 5 is actually a second opinion we had to issue this year. This sort of ties into that third report that we issued. This is an opinion under governmental auditing standards. We call it a GAGAS audit opinion. It's due to the level of grant activity that the district had this year. So we have to look for the district's compliance with certain things like laws and grant contracts and grant agreements and things like that. So we noted no instances of non-compliance, which is the highest level of assurance we provide under that audit opinion as well. After that, on MD&A page 1, this is the management's discussion and analysis section. So just as that name describes, management discusses and analyzes the financial information in the report. So Brent did a really nice job putting this together. It takes the current year information, compares to the prior year, and then provides explanations for why some of those balances may have changed from last year. So the rest of the report, you may not be able to get a lot of information from it, but this does a nice job of adding some context to the numbers itself. So I would like to point out, if you don't read anything else in detail in the audit report, to at least read through the MD&A section here. After that starts our basic financial statements on page 7. So 7 and 8 are what we call the entity-wide financial statements. You get your statement of net position, which is like your balance sheet. It includes your regular information plus some long-term items like capital assets and debt. Next page is the statement of activities. This is, again, an entity-wide schedule from like your income statement. It shows how your net position changed from the prior year. So at the bottom right, you can see net position increased by about $4.3 million from last year. You'll also note there's a line down there, change in accounting principle, relates to that implementation of that new standard this year, decrease your net position by about $193,000. Page 9 then starts your fund financial statements. This is the balance sheet of the governmental funds. I like to focus on these first two columns, the general fund and the recreation fund, so your two kind of like main operating funds there for the district. The key numbers to look at on here in the bottom section, the fund balance section, I'd like to look at those in comparison to your fund balance policy. So the policy states that those fund balances should be between 3 to 12 months of expenditures. The general fund the unassigned amount represents about 3 months, and then the rec fund represents about 8 months worth of expenditures there. It's always good to kind of monitor that on a go-forward basis to make sure you're in accordance with your policy. Page 11 then starts your schedule of revenues, expenditures, and changes in fund balances. So again, focusing on those two first columns, general and rec funds. Down at the bottom, you can see the fund balances decreased in the general fund by about $790,000, but that was after a transfer out of about $1.3 million. Similarly, the rec fund decreased about $380,000, but that was after a transfer out of $890,000. Both of those transfer into the capital projects fund for some of your capital improvements that took place during the year. Those are all your main basic financial statements. Page 14 starts the notes, just adds additional context to those numbers we went through. couple of those schedules to quickly point out, if you flip past the notes to page 39, page 39 starts your RSI schedules. So this is your budget versus actual for your general fund. So as we talked about, you can see at the bottom, general fund saw a decreased fund balance of $790,000. If you look at the column on the left of it, you actually budgeted for a decrease of about $1.1 million. So the fund itself actually outperformed your budget by about $317,000. Similarly for the rec fund, you can see the actual decrease of about $380,000. Column on the left of it, you budgeted for a decrease of $700,000, so it outperformed your budget by about $316,000. So good information to look at in these budget versus actuals to see how your funds perform versus how you budgeted for those funds. Last schedule I wanted to go through is on page 42 and 43. This is your schedule of your net pension liability for the IMRF plan. So looking at the 2023 column, that's the most current information available. The net pension liability is about $932,000, which was a decrease from last year, about $1.4 million. But the key number to look at on here is the top of page 43, the 93.06%. That represents the funded status of the plan. So IMRF is one of the best funded plans in the state, so no concerns there from a funding perspective for the IMRF pension plan. Real quickly, I'll just point out what's included in these other two reports then here. The second report is the auditor's communication to the board. This serves a couple of purposes. It includes our required communication to the board, just a variety of matters we have to cover under auditing standards. It has a list of any adjusting journal entries during the audit process. We only had 6 journal entries. They were all immaterial as well. So nice job by Brent getting the financial statements prepared for us. And the last document in here is what we call a management letter. That would be any recommendations for improvement we have or other deficiencies we identified. I'm happy to note we actually didn't report any comments this year to management. So again, kudos to Brent for doing such a nice job in getting the finances all together for us here. So the last report here is that third additional report we issued this year. It's called the Illinois GATA Cipher Report. And that was required because of the level of grant expenditures this year. So you had those couple of ID&R grants going on, the OSLAW and the PARK grants. So because of that, there's some thresholds that you meet that were required to issue the separate report, have to provide an opinion on it. So we issued what we call an unmodified opinion in relation to the financial statements. The schedule itself just provides information on the actual grant expenditures on those grant programs, and that's what Brent will then submit to GATA under their requirements. And with that, those are sort of the high-level items I wanted to run through this evening as a result of the audit, but I'd be happy to address any questions you may have.
And the GATA was not part of the package.
Yeah, I apologize. It
No worries.
did not include that third report, the new report, so we can get that provided to you. I'll have Allison.
We just loaded up onto the thing, that's fine. Did you guys have any questions? This is an incredible amount of work. Kudos for getting it all done. Thank you for, all of your help. Obviously, it starts, with you and your leadership on getting all those numbers, so thank you very much. I think it's really cool that you use Net Promoter Score in this, which is, a lot of folks don't realize an 87 is like really, really high in a Net Promoter Score. So, for Sickage, so. I know we have the right people doing the work, so that's really high. For those of you who don't know what that means, it means that when they ask, like how did Sickage do, there's like 5 categories they throw out. They lump all bottom 4 against the top one, and that's like the score. So we have the right people doing the work. So. Anyway, yeah, great work. Thank you very much. We don't have any questions. It's pretty self-explanatory. If we can get that final one, I didn't read that one, so.
Yeah, I apologize.
Yeah, no worries. We'll get that one. So, yeah. Thank you very much.
I do like to add that the report is available on our website as well as some historical reports as well.
Yeah, also thank you for not having copies on our desk and having it all digital. That's,
We know.
yeah, that's a huge win.
Yeah.
So,
At least, a few bushes that way.
exactly, we saved a lot. We saved a lot that way.
Happy to have it electronically. Well, we absolutely love working with Sickage, and I do want to commend Brent for his hard work and leadership. following every financial policy that we have in the book and generating new ones to make us more efficient and effective.
Yeah, awesome. All right, moving forward. Item number 10,
Thank you.
Thank you.
announcements.
Good evening, Batavia. We're sliding into the last stretch of summer, and there's still a whole lot of fun to be had. So here are your announcements for this week. Wednesday nights are tuned up and turned up with River Rhapsody, Batavia's beloved free outdoor music festival. Join us from 7 to 9 p.m. at the Scenic Riverwalk for the final 3 weeks of concerts. Get ready to walk the line with Johnny Cash, be free as a bird with Leonard Skinner, and take a nostalgic ride through hits from the 90s and 2000s. It's a family-friendly event, so bring a chair, bring the kids, and get ready to rock out Riverside. So mark your calendars for Friday, August 9th from 8 a.m. to noon as we cut the ribbon and raise the roof for the grand opening of the brand new Patrick J. Callahan Community Center. Explore hands-on crafts, STEAM classes, fitness sessions, and take a trip through time with guided tours of the Batavia Depot Museum's new collections annex. Don't miss the ribbon cutting at 10:30. It's going to be a scissors-worthy celebration. So time is floating away. Hall Quarry Beach closes for the season on August 10th, but there's still time to make a splash. With a zero-depth entry, thrilling rides, and awesome inflatable, our historic aquatic center is the coolest place to beat the heat. So dive in while you still can. So cheers to good times. Tickets are on sale now for Pints by the Pond, Batavia's hoppiest local craft beer festival. Join us Saturday, September 20th from 2 to 5 p.m. for regular tickets. Regular tickets start at $45 and include 20 3-ounce samples. That's a perfect way to spend an afternoon. Sip, savor, and support local brewing community because every pint has a purpose. That's a wrap for your announcements for tonight. Enjoy the final days of summer. Soak up the sunshine at your favorite park. Don't forget to register for fall programs, started yesterday. And as always, play your way, Batavia.
Thank you. We have, yes, right? There's no other place that has these announcements like this.
Right?
This is
Right?
fantastic.
She deserves an award just for the announcement.
Exactly.
And the delivery.
Yes.
It was a perfect delivery.
That one came to me giving out popsicles today. So.
It's too much fun to say.
It's perfect.
It's perfect. Okay, staff reports.
Yeah, right. All right, Brent.
Are you sure we don't want the interns to go first?
Yeah. No, staff reports. No.
So thank you to Tom for presenting the financial report. I did want to give the board a heads up that at next month's board meeting, staff will be presenting a contract renewal for a new contract for Sickage. So this was the last audit report that was covered under the existing contract, so that will be on the August agenda. And the fiber network was installed at the new Patrick J. Callahan Community Center. So we're finally getting our internet and network brought online, and our IT consultant, ConsultNet, is going to be out here this week to meet with some of the low voltage and like the managed access and security camera vendors to make sure that those systems are up and functioning. So it's very exciting news on that front. And then also wanted to mention the land cash funds that we requested from the city. So we're just making sure to request those funds on a timely basis from them because those funds are due to the park district. So this recent request will release or provide us with all the land cash funds that the city has on hand. So just making sure that we stay on top of requesting those funds.
Yeah, thank you very much for that.
And that's specific to the Pulte development.
Right.
And then one last note about paternity leave.
Oh, yes. My wife and I are expecting our second on August 16th.
Oh, fantastic.
So,
Congratulations.
yeah,
That is awesome.
odds are I will not be at the August board meeting unless
Unless,
Yes, no.
unless the baby decides otherwise.
It's safe to say,
Yeah.
it's okay.
Yeah.
You just won't be here next month.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll leave it at.
Let's just
Gonna
plan
miss
it.
these guys.
That's awesome.
All right, thanks, Brent.
Yep.
All right, Josh.
Yeah, so like Brent said, we're on the tail end of the Callahan Center finally, after 3 years of getting through this design and construction. So a lot of the loose ends like the IT, the fire panels, all the communications in the building, security, all of that is finally getting finished up over the next several weeks. We should be gaining occupancy, we're hoping next week. So we'll have a walkthrough with the city on Monday, just to get their final blessing on that. So looking forward to wrapping this up and having the ribbon cutting on the night. So getting back into a few smaller things too after Windmill City Fest, on a day-to-day basis, like replacing drinking fountains, pumps, stuff like that. So kind of getting back to a normal schedule after the chaos of Windmill City Fest build-up. So
Controlled chaos.
yeah, control chaos. Yeah.
You see a walkthrough with the city, that's the city inspectors.
Yeah, so it'll be Jeff Alperson and Joe, their city inspector, yeah. So we'll be going over the zoning, the grading on the exterior of the building, and then checking all of the systems like the fire suppression and all of that to make sure that we're good to go and start bringing furniture in and people eventually, so.
Cool, thank you.
All right, we're gonna move next to Brittany, and then she's gonna give her report, and then tee it up for the museum interns first.
Awesome, sounds good. Park Madness, we had our winners, which was Big Woods. So tonight, a group of us were there. We had over 100 people, so we can tell that Big Woods is super popular. We had a fun night of yard games, popsicles, music, a park district table, so it was nice to see everyone come out for that tonight. Tomorrow at Engstrom, rec and marketing interns teamed up together to have a Popsicle in the Park event, a free event at Engstrom. It was really fun. They got to create it. They did the budget. They planned the activities from start to finish. So kudos to them, and we're excited to see it tomorrow on a very hot day. So you guys will do awesome. Last Friday, we got audited by Starboard, another 4-star, great rating. And we also had, they have elite lifeguard awards that are rarely given out, and one of our brand new lifeguards, Maddie, received that award. So I'd like to give
Oh,
her kudos for that.
fantastic.
Fantastic.
Yeah. All right. Now we are on to some interns. Kate, would you like to introduce?
Absolutely. Good evening, folks. My name is Kate Garrett. I'm the director of the Depot Museum, and I wanted to introduce our 3 fantastic interns who've been working with us this summer. We have 2 interns participating through a grant from the Historical Society that's funded the work of 2 collections interns. So you're going to be hearing from Elizabeth and Julie about their work with the collections. And then Adam is our museum education intern, and he's been working more front of house on the things that the Park District is most invested in. So he's actually going to be starting us off. Adam?
Thank you very much, Kate. And thank you very much for the board for inviting me here today. I know I've kind of had the privilege of meeting several of the smiling faces I see here today, so I thank you very much for that. And when it comes down to my internship, it's been very busy. There's been a lot of things that I've had to get through the past few weeks and months, but the first thing that I kind of started off my internship doing was a guided tour of downtown. So it took a little bit for idea development and figuring out what I wanted to present exactly, but I ended up deciding on doing a guided walking tour of our island downtown, going through some of the businesses that would have been there several for the past couple centuries, talking through how that impacted Batavians over the past couple centuries, as I said. And in doing so, it's given me a lot of skills with just talking with people. Leading those guided tours has given me a chance to talk with people more about Batavia, share some of their stories, but also share a few of the ones that we have here at the Depot. And it's certainly made a very big impact on the people that I've gone and hosted the tour to. Secondly, I've also done a lot of research with the museum when it comes to our upcoming exhibit. Our upcoming exhibit being music in Batavia, so I've essentially compiled a list of all of the objects, all of the flat files, all of the photos, you name it, that have had to apply with Batavia Music. So that's taken quite a while, but I've compiled a list for our archivist to go through, which has made her life a little bit easier in facilitating the opening of that new exhibit. And then finally, just museum installation taking down, being able to move objects to and from the museum, cleaning up the displays, getting a chance to talk with our archivist again in those processes has been really helpful. So I thank the board again for inviting me here today and for giving me that chance to experience the depot hands-on.
Awesome.
Thank you. We can do the little recession walk.
I didn't know which order you wanted.
Thank you for everything you've done.
Thank you.
Nice work.
Thank you.
Nice work, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Julie Brockman. I'm one of the collections interns with Elizabeth. Our main project for most of the summer has been going through a very long list of objects that need to be put into our online collections database called Past Perfect. So we have just been working away at that list and entering objects and new accession numbers into that. So mostly that is just to help us create a more accurate, detailed, and most importantly searchable database of everything that we have in the collection. So it'll be much more easy to see what we have, where it is, and for people who are calling asking for research, and that will be especially helpful when we start to move stuff into the Callahan Center, which we're very excited about. We've had a lot of experience with collections and entering data and how online databases work with museums, but we have had a lot of experience with object handling and a lot of opportunities with that. Every once in a while we'll have to go up and take pictures and learn how to handle materials, where they go, how we store them. And just today we got to help our curator Jess with creating our new exhibition, Quirks and Curiosities. We got to help make labels, fill up the display cases, collect the objects. So we have just had a lot of opportunities with object handling, getting that behind the scenes of the museums that most people don't really see. So yeah, it's been great, and Kate and Jess are always involving us in everything in the museum to give us a really well-rounded museum experience. So, thank you.
Did you find anything that really surprised you when you were going through and cataloging up that list? What was the most exciting thing you found?
Please don't say human remains.
Yeah, I
Not yet.
Not ever.
That's hard. I actually found, it was very recent, we have a baseball card of Dr. Fauci from COVID, and it says COVID card.
Really?
And we kept that because, you know, in a few years,
Yeah.
COVID-19 was the big thing, and I thought that was very surprising.
Yeah, awesome. That's great.
Nice job.
Thank you, well done.
Hello everyone, my name is Elizabeth Moreno. I recently graduated from Aurora University with a degree in history and museum studies minor. And I had this amazing opportunity to be an intern for the collections department in the Depot Museum. And I'm very excited. And this entire summer I got to do a lot of things that while in college and studying, I was able to kind of apply what I learned in a new setting where I know it will make a very great difference. Kind of like what Julie said, we've been working a lot on the inventory and just making sure that we have all of the data that previous people have already recorded. We've been able to gather so much information from just donor information and kind of just like detailed information about all of the objects from the past 2 years. And it's been a great experience. And then on top of that, we've been able to do a lot of work on seeing how the collection is preserved and how it will be planning to move to the new location, which is a great experience. And one of the important things that I learned about all of the inventory taking that we've been doing is how important it is for the information to be accessible to everyone. And as we collect more of the information and we input it all together, I'm hopeful for the future that more people can do more research, and even then that Jessica, the curator, will be able to create better exhibits and continue with helping Batavians learn more about their history. So yeah, thank you so much for this opportunity.
And we do have 2 recreation interns that Brittany will introduce.
Awesome. All right, I'm going to introduce Macy McHugh. Come on, Macy. Macy is our recreation intern at the Park District. We've had great pleasure getting to know Macy. She's our fashionista. She is so positive. We love her. And thank you to the board for the opportunities for all of our interns. They are great. We love working with them, and we all hope you guys come in the Park District. You know, you work at Park District. So, Macy, the floor is yours.
All right, so like Brittany said, I'm Macy. I was a recreation intern this summer. A little bit about me is I was born and raised in Batavia, so I've been here my whole life. I'm currently going to go into my senior year at Aurora University. I'm a double major, so I'm majoring in sports management as well as parks and recreation. And then I'm also a member of the Sports Management Association, where I get to network with other sport industry people. And then some of my hobbies are hanging out with friends and family, baking, and then I recently just picked up fishing, which I'm kind of surprised I'm not grossed out about, but I really like it.
And you look great doing it.
Some of the recreation responsibilities I have is going to some of the special events this summer. So I was able to do Touch a Truck, where I was working the marketing booth, handing out the bags, talking to the community, and getting them ready for some of the summer events that we were having. I was also able to go to Uncorked and interact with the community by handing out the glasses for that event. Windmill City Fest, also I was there Friday and Saturday doing the golf challenge, and then doing the play lab table as well. I also did plan a not so cruel summer. Unfortunately, it did get canceled 30 minutes into it. It's rescheduled for next week, so that's exciting. And then I also did Wacky Water Olympics. I planned that with the athletic intern. That event also did unfortunately get canceled due to weather, but I also got to work Senior Expo, Senior Luncheon as well, talking to that crowd as well. Some of the marketing and athletic intern, we're doing National Parks and Recreation Month. So this month we've been promoting Unplugged, Bruce the Spruce. Tomorrow we're doing Popsicles in the Park for the community, where we got to plan and work with the budget and everyone to make that happen. And then I also helped research the teen programs for that recreation supervisor, where I got to look at the other park districts and see what they're kind of doing, since that's kind of like a tricky age group on creating programs. So I got to do that and see if it was successful or not. And then I also assisted recreation supervisors in any way that they needed at their events. So some things that I learned this summer was how to plan and execute an event. I didn't really realize coming into this that it takes a lot of planning, a lot of meetings, a lot of committees to make it happen, and how far in advance you have to plan for it. Like Windmill City Fest was definitely eye-opening, since they're already getting started to plan for next year's. I also got to learn what questions to ask when interviewing someone for a press release, and kind of asking those important questions and getting so that your article is successful. I also learned how to format and write a press release as well, to keep the community engaged, but also get them that information that they need as well. I got to do Depot Day and then the S'mores and More for the Batavia and the press release, where I got to interview Kate for Depot Day and then Alicia for S'mores and More. I assisted in the youth camps, so I did pickleball 2 weeks ago, working with different age groups and perfecting their skills in pickleball. And then I also got to go on the zoo field trip for Camp Sensational, which was super cool, kind of seeing how that runs and works. I got to observe what questions you should ask in an interview. This interview was a call interview specifically for a teaching position, so that was kind of cool, kind of seeing, I've never been on the other end of it, so like it was kind of nice seeing that. And then I also got to observe how to give like a facilities tour to someone and kind of highlighting our special amenities that we have at the Park District. So most importantly, I want to thank everyone for the opportunity at the Park District, Lori, my recreation supervisor, and I also want to thank everyone on the rec team, Brittany, for always being there and helping me whenever I have questions. This is a top workplace, and I definitely see why. And kind of going into that, kind of working with the culture and teamwork, I like that you guys have different committees where you don't get to just work with the people that you work with every day. You come and you work with other people from other teams throughout the Park District, and I like how you get to build different relationships and different aspects through that. And I was definitely put in a position to succeed. I remember my first day, Lori took me in and was like, what do you want to know? What do you want to learn? So they definitely did care and wanted me to do stuff that I wanted to learn more about.
Awesome.
So,
Fantastic.
thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Nice job.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Well done.
Thank you. Thank you.
And a little side note, that Macy worked at Geneva Park District for years
Oh.
and wanted to see Batavia flavor and the Batavia side, and I think she's hooked.
Yeah.
All right. My name is Nathaniel Jarris. I'm the athletic supervisor here at the Batavia Park District. We have been very lucky to have Cameron Pirro as our athletic intern this summer. Cameron started in May, and his last day is actually this Friday, so it's coming up, so it's sad to see you go. But he's been a great addition to the rec team, to the athletic team. His willingness to jump in wherever needed and whatever asked has just been awesome to have around. So I'll let Cameron explain what he's been doing all summer.
Thank you. As Nathaniel said, my name is Cameron Pirro, and I'm the athletic intern. I'm born and raised in Batavia, so it's awesome to be working here in the Park District. I grew up always going to these camps, summer camps that Zach does, Nathaniel holds, and it's really cool to be on the other end and to work it. I'm a rising senior at the University of Kentucky, studying sports leadership, and I'm minoring in coaching. So hobbies I like to do is work out, watch or play sports, and to travel. This summer I had a lot of responsibilities. I was able to work the spring softball leagues from 6 to 14U. I was able to meet some of the coaches, watch some of the games, and also help schedule them, cancel them if there's weather delays, and work with those coaches. I also did the same thing for the all-star sports classes and leagues, and that was really nice to work with those people on the other end there. I got to work with the other two interns here for National Park and Rec Month. It was really fun doing it. We got popsicles in the park tomorrow, so I'm excited to work on that and hopefully have a good turnout. Some special events I got to do was Uncorked. I worked River Rhapsody and Windmill City Fest. I got to help with the Parks Department quite a bit, where it's cleaning the shop. I got to do a lot of ball field preparation with Matt, and that was really fun. And they're very great workers over there, and they work really hard preparing these parks every day. I also got to help Zach. He needed some extra hands, so I decided to help him by setting up a wiffle ball game for the camp. It was very successful. I also got to help by him go to the zoo at Brookfield, and it was also very successful. I've learned how to manage the RecTrack software, schedule and cancel games. I learned the importance of each department, whether it's working with Brittany and her department, the marketing department, finance, and even the parks department, and then alongside doing our SWOT analysis, Allison. That was great. I learned how to plan many events. It was hard, but I learned a lot, and it shows how much dedication that everyone in this park district has, and it's very amazing. I learned how to write a press release with Gail, and that was for Pints by the Pond, so we're hoping to have a big turnout there. It was great writing it. I also was a building supervisor for a wedding. It was quite the experience, and I learned a lot from it, and I would, with my experience, I'd still do it again. It was really fun, and I would, like I said, go ahead and do it again. So lastly, I just want to thank the board for having me here. I want to thank Allison and Nathaniel, Lori, and everyone in the rec department, finance, parks. It was an absolutely amazing opportunity to be an intern here. I learned truly what it's like to do day-to-day stuff at the park district. Like I told Nathaniel, I just said, put me anywhere and I'll do it, and I did exactly that, and it was an incredible time, and it truly is a top workplace to work here, so thank you.
You truly get what you put into it, right?
Exactly.
Good job. Nice job.
It was. They would have really missed.
Well, those were great. I feel like we really gained more than they even gained. With all of their help, that was great. But also, all of the things that the interns are able to do, and I wish I'd taken an internship at a park district. That would have been amazing. All those different opportunities and putting your mark on all these things and working with all the different departments.
So-
Dynamic. It's
Right.
great.
And you get a really cool perspective where you're at now too.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Nice
But
job.
wait, there's more.
There's one more.
There's one more.
There's more.
Okay, so do you want me to tee up with my portion first?
Sure.
Can you pull up? So we're going to do something slightly different from my staff update, my department update. I have been talking for almost a year about the Park District's website, the new website that will be launching in late fall, by the end of the year. And so I wanted to offer a sneak peek at some of the interior pages and the structure that is going into the new site. I'm so excited. The process has been a labor of love. Thank you very much to Allison for supporting my vision, how I believe and how the rest of our team believes that the district is seen within the community, the thoughts that we want the community to feel, the fact that we're really trying to embrace all facets of the branding associated with the district, both parks and recreation, and a little marketing. So let me present to you some of the initial interior pages. These were just demos, so some of the things were changed out from the beginning of, can you scroll all the way back to the top, Lindsay, for me? Sorry,
Oh, that's
or
me.
Allison, sorry, Allison. So I'll go over a couple of high-level ideas, and yes, it is Batavia Depot Museum, not Depot Museum, so just wanted to let you know. So what we're doing at the very top is that the new website will bring in some dedicated pages for the Depot Museum. We will own BataviaDepotMuseum.org, so if people do type that in, we will own it. So now it's a subset that has its own individual branding that is located with the Park District site, really wanting everyone who visits, everyone who's part of the community to understand that the Depot Museum, Batavia Depot Museum, is part of the Park District. It is one of our wonderful facilities, and we're very proud to have the collection here. And then also the second tab you'll see up is Windmill City Fest. Currently, Windmill City Fest is located on a site that is external to the Park District and not connected to the Park District in any way. So with this new site, we really wanted to bring that festival back into ours so that everyone really understands that it's done by the district. So you'll see that that is right off the bat something different, and I do have an example of one of those sites at the end of this. The structure for this, these are interior pages, and the process to develop these interior pages actually started last summer. We held 6 different focus groups, 5 of them with the community, and 4 of them with the community, 1 with staff, and 1 with the board. It was a labor of love. I learned so much about what people wanted to see, how they use the site, what's missing, what they loved, what they hated, what should be there, anything. Like, people are extremely honest sometimes, and that's what we wanted. So I took everything that they said, everything that anyone said, as well as some of my experience, as well as my coworkers, and really intentionally thought about what the information we're presenting on the site. So there were requests for social media, because a lot of people in our area do not have social media. So there will be a page that actually contains our social media feed. For those who do not use social media, they still have access to some of the more immediate results. We're very comfortable with our texting. So on the pages such as Hall Quarry Beach, when we use our texting system to send out updates, those updates will be used as a plugin on that page. So the pages for the different facilities and the different programs will act as that hub, that official, it has all of the information hub for the programs. We also are bringing in some AI integration with parks that are closer, as well as intuitive search feature, which was something that was universally wanted on our site. We'll also see up in the right-hand corner, we have the translate function. So our site will be fully translatable in over 40 different languages. We are back in structuring this site so that if you choose a language, the structure of the site will remain the same. So sometimes in translation incidences, sometimes the language is wider and it messes up the layout. So we're trying to accommodate that so that no matter how you view our site, you're having the same high quality experience that we look forward. So going into this long page right here contains all of the different block structures that are present on this site. So the way that we're building these new pages is using a horizontal block structure. So you'll be able to add or subtract different blocks based on your needs for the different pages. So I'm going with the fitness page. Allison, just scroll all the way back at the top. We will have that Hall Quarry Beach is donated. You'll notice it has a little bit of a wood texture because we're big into our popsicle sticks and our signs. You'll notice throughout this entire time there will be references to leaves. You'll see how the images are shaped to make an illusion mirrored back to our logo, as well as be a leaf, because we are Parks and Recreation. You'll see that there's also textures and pieces of nature throughout the entire design, because that is that whimsy. We are whimsical here in Batavia. We enjoy fun. I mean, your fun is our business, so let's have fun in our parks and play. So you'll see that there's blocks of this alert and updates. This 100% stems from requests from our focus groups. They wanted to know when registration dates happened. They wanted the information that was important about those programs to be there on the page. And one of the nice things with the providers we chose, that we can turn those off. We can schedule them to be turned off. So if I want that to go off on July 5th, schedule July 5th is off so that the workload for my team is not there. So that it's to reduce errors that are within the site. So that was one of the things that was built into the RFP plus Q. Very important for me for quality of life. So as we start scrolling down, you'll notice that we have different types of blocks. Here's our river, very few straight lines because we're on the river. And so this is part of our rec track poll. This will be, we're using fitness again as an example. This will be a direct live open to our rec track. So if you can go to there in real time, access, see if something's full, see if something's almost full. Full is actually going to be changed to wait list because we always will accept people if we get enough participants, we'll make a new session. So it's never full. We always try to accommodate our customers, so customer first there. So just kind of scrolling down, our action button on the website throughout the entire system is yellow. So yellow is our call to action, and that color is predominantly reserved to inform our customers or our users to do an action on that space. So this is our rec track poll. This is automatically pulled, and it does change based on the season. So once again, streamlining the work that my department has to do with maintaining the website. Here's another bit of a river curve with a little bit of sky. These are helpful tips. This is something else that we've heard from some of our busy parents as we make these web pages into a hub. What do you need to know to be successful in the class? A great example, if this is fitness, it's here, but if you did martial arts, what do you wear the first day? You know, the first day of class, show up in yoga pants and a loose fitting shirt. For dance, tie your hair back. So those are the types of questions that our customers want to know, that we don't want them to feel uncomfortable by not knowing. So we want to provide that comfort when they're signing up for a program. So this is my special favorite. I am very passionate about the belief that people move in, and I know that people move in Batavia all the time. And there's nothing like going something and you're like, oh, they don't offer softball because it's out of season. And what I want to make sure is if someone comes to our community, that they can look and see, oh, well, I already missed registration for this, but oh, look, they offer TRX all the time. And once I bring them to the site, I want them to make that conversion. I want them to know what they can do and to sign up for a class. Even if they can't sign up now, they know that they can in the future. So, and then fun fact, anywhere you see a Bruce, that's an Easter egg. So you can click on it and something fun will pop up.
Oh.
Not on this one because it's demo. So when we launch the website, we will be doing some prizes for everyone who can find all of the Easter eggs as part of our engagement.
Okay.
This is just another one of our blocks with some sections to show how downloads. We're very large in recognizing that there are lots of different people who use our website. So we're trying to use icons as frequently as we can. So any of our downloads will have that icon next to it. And then this actually came from former Commissioner Callahan. He suggested that every program and every special event actually contain an image gallery so that the people who are signing up for our programs who are enrolling in a special event know what they're getting into. So they can envision and see themselves present in the space. So all of our major pages will contain an image gallery. I've been very, very fortunate this summer. Abby, marketing intern, has done exceptionally well at going and taking all of the pictures for all of the tiny classes so that we actually have the photos for multiple days to showcase not only our patrons, because everyone likes to see them on there, but what you can really expect in our program. So thank you so much, Abby. You see the little wood grain texture there, little popsicle stick thrown in there. The next section is just kind of highlighting how our bios and our instructor photos, staff photos, and board photos will look the same. It's very important in programs such as fitness, preschool, and dance that the bios and people see who they're seeing. There's a facial recognition for a lot of those programs. Dance especially, their little 2-year-olds, your 3-year-olds are meeting the teacher. This is your teacher. See how this is. So it's once again about building that community and that feeling that you are safe, that you are part of the park district. So very intentional. Little river. And then one of the exciting little bits that we're doing a lot of suggestive selling and a lot of you like, which is kind of like you like this, you get this, but also we're trying to, since these pages are act as a hub, we have in our new calendar function, it allows us to actually set what type of special event it is so that fitness special events can now display on the fitness page. Preschool age special events can now display on the preschool page. So it's a way to provide more information and more ways for our customers who are interested in that subject to engage with the park district. And all of this is automated. So my department, the marketing team, does not have to do this manually. It's built in when we're inputting in the information, and it will auto turn off and auto turn on. And then this is just an example of a form. I love forms. They're forms. And then the footer. So this is, not every page will have all of those blocks. These are just the examples of the pieces that will build up all of the part of the park district. So the next page, it's exciting. The only page we're not seeing kind of is the home page. So the next one is the interactive park map. So we're using the debugs, that's beautiful. So the way that this is divided, you'll see that the items that are listed in purple, which you'll see this later, are facilities. Our green things are parks. Going really heavily into icons. So even the icons, if you roll over on a park, are color-coded. So blue have to do with recreation and sports that you can do there. The green icons, which are difficult to see on the screen, are any of the park portions. Those are Kim's things. The purple things, which are the yellow items, which are the third ones, are Josh's, what Josh's team takes care of. So all of our playgrounds, our toilet facilities, our shelters, and then the purples are more of our administrative and general facilities that people And so this is just kind of the overlay. This is what people will come to view when they are searching. So this is the initial search for the park function. The board had a lot of feelings about the park pages when we did our focus group. So we did hear and listen. Once again, you'll notice that we do have the icons. Please ignore any of the addresses. They are just filler text in this. And then you'll notice, once again, we've got a little bit of that nature, a little bit of whimsy, a little bit of that callback to what we do with the district. So keep scrolling. The next page, actually one of the internal pages for Big Woods, or even Big Woods Park. So these are the park landing pages. And these will have the address. We're using a Google type for the map directions. Here are the amenities and icons, and they're searchable. It will contain an image gallery as well as the drone flyover that we used for Park Madness earlier. Once again, thank you to Abby, as well as last year's marketing intern. That was one of Haley's major projects, was actually going and photographing every single amenity at every single one of our parks. So her work that she did last year is being used this year. So thank you so much, Haley, if you watch this. And then the next section is really a things to do. And this will be broken down a little bit. A lot of people, if you see an amenity, some of our amenities, such as a pickleball court or a tennis court, are very self-explanatory, like what it's for. But some of our amenities are not quite, you're like, what is this little tiny thing out in Hawks Bluff? It's an amphitheater. But you may not know that that's what it is. So we're using this section to really explain what you can do and what is available. We are breaking down the playgrounds into age divisions. That was also a request from the community for if it is a toddler, preschool age, or a school age playground, as well as if there is shelter or shade available. That was a huge hot button in the forums. We're also going to include anytime there is a pavilion or a field available for rental. Those will also be included on that page, so that we're making sure that people know, hey, I didn't know that that pavilion was rentable, let's get that up. And then the final one, like I mentioned before, you'll see this again, Big Woods, get our free popsicles in the park there because we were there.
Easter egg.
Easter egg.
Yeah, there's an Easter egg.
You win.
And so who knows what's there. But this is once again another chance for us to auto-populate and bring interest to those local parks. And then this is part of the AI-driven. This was former, I believe it was Commissioner Tillman and former Commissioner Callahan were really interested in, if you're at this park, what other park is close by? So this will give you the 3 parks that are closest. These are not correct, they're filler, so they're, but these will give you that ability, and since you can view it, you can actually walk or drive to the park. And then our final, next to final, this is the calendar of events. Just wanted to show, these are placeholders, but we'll be able to divide all of them up. The goal is to have the Batavia Depot Museum have its own section so that you could export out. So it's really showing everything that the district is available. We consider an event or something that is calendar worthy is something that is one day, or in our case, the Windmill City Festival. So any of our one-day programs, such as the trolley tour, Nordic Fitness, a drop-in class, all of those are considered special events for our marketing. We can upload these via a CSV, so it is easily exportable out from RecTrack. So that does save us some time. You'll be able to view this in a month or a list schedule, but I want Allison, can you scroll to the bottom of this calendar?
Okay,
So right here. So I am so super nerdy about the fact that you can choose a calendar and it subscribes, and it will actually input all of those special events on your personal either Google or Microsoft calendar.
Families will love that.
So that's really what we're hoping to add, so that I'm so excited about that, not gonna lie. And then the next one is just an internal view. This one does have a few changes that are coming, but this is our internal view of special event page. Very straightforward with the description. It is missing, at calendar here, it is missing the photo slideshow of that, once again, what to expect while you're there. Former Commissioner Callahan was very huge into making sure that everyone understood what they were basically signing up for when they go. So that section is missing from this. And then there's a larger map, and all of it's branded. And then also some of that suggested selling. If you like Pints by the Pond, we're sure you're gonna like, River F0 on Court. So being able to add those additional features, and all of this is automated, not something that we have to touch. Search results, which we're gonna go fairly quickly. This one will be done through AI as well as smart filters. So if you start typing in softball, it'll be like softball league, or it'll continue filling in because you may not know. The hard part for our side is this, which Brittany's team will be helping us a lot, will be actually adding in more of the colloquial SEO and search terms. So, you know, if you call pickleball smack, smack, bang, bang, and that's what people in Batavia call it, we want to make sure that that's search filtered. So, you know.
I am forever going to be calling pickleball smack, bang, bang, bang.
So, but we were really trying to make sure that what our people call our programs. Pintside Pond used to call it Brew Fest or Beer Fest, so making sure that that word is in there and it's tied to the page, because we want our search to be what we go there for.
You want to speak the jargon of the people.
We do. And so I'm choosing the Depot Museum, which once again, it is Batavia Depot Museum. So this is just a highlight of the internal page for the Batavia Depot Museum. So the goal of the Batavia Depot Museum, this is a subsite, Kate, and the director of the museum, Kate, and Jess, the curator, and I spoke a lot about what they wanted their site to be. And so really is to become a destination, to become an archive, to be a place where they will be able to have an additional page for an exhibit with a QR code. Scan this to learn more. And we're hosting additional information for the exhibits and the walking tours on our website here. We're driving people back to our website, but also providing them the information. Like the stories that they have, they can't tell at their exhibits are amazing. So each of the exhibits will have their own archive page, which will exist for the rest of this website's existence. So we'll always be able to access the work that they put in. If you keep scrolling down, so you'll notice that this one is independently branded to match the colors for the depot. Still tying in elements so that it is adjacent to the park district. So you'll still see those rivers, you'll still see some of our leaf motifs. But it is now tied into, these are our big museums. And if you scroll down to the very bottom, here are the upcoming programs and events which are tied to the museum's programs, because we would like, you know, to use the museum program. This is it. Here's your mini site for everything for the museum. And then at the end, keep going. So this is an allusion, just as a teaser, to the bottom of the park district's homepage. Will look very similar to this, but in different colors and a different scene. Going back into that Wednesday, we are a little bit kitschy, a little bit fun, and a little bit 100% serious about all those things. So that is the final sneak peek for the Park District's interior pages. The final coding for this project will be complete on the 12th of August, and after that, I'm so glad I still have my intern. We will be inputting about 190 pages worth of content onto the new site. Special thank you to all of the rest of the leadership team and the staff who have been reviewing their content to make sure that it is correct, so that it's making our life a lot easier. It's going to be a lot of work, but I am so excited about it. So this will be our largest marketing tool for the district. So those are our major updates. And oh, one small thing, it will contain a bid and results proposal section so we can streamline our FOIA requests. So it should reduce the workloads on staff who work with FOIA. So it's a little bit more transparent. We'll have all of our reports and all our financial documents on there as well. So
it'd be great for your search engine optimization too, for firms that are looking to bid.
It's just fantastic. You know, when I first came on the board, I was calling for updates to our website, and I love the fact that we're putting all this together and incorporating some AI, just using all the metadata to tie things together. It's fantastic. Very, 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 very cool.
Katie has a brilliant mind with marketing, and she was able to integrate so many different facets. And I sat through a lot of the focus groups with her, and she really incorporated, you know, the schedule of working parents, and you know what they're trying to accomplish when they come to our site, and really made this a destination site. So
I love the add to calendar thing. That should be on everything. Just add it to my calendar. I mean, as soon as Allison asked me, I said, put it on my calendar. I don't, you know, I don't have to think about it anymore. That's a fantastic feature. So, yeah.
Well done.
Excellent.
So that is my update. And now I'm going to have Abby Mundy, our marketing intern. So thank you so much. This is our second year for having a marketing intern for the district. She has been absolutely incredible and a real gift this summer. The majority of the photos, not all, the majority of the new photos on the website will be hers. So she has taken that responsibility to heart and has taken some amazing photos. Also, before Abby starts, I want to thank Brittany, who has been very kind and patient with me, making sure that both of her interns experience some of the pieces that are important in marketing. So writing press releases, making sure that social media is there, learning how to interview. Those are things that are important in all facets of your job, no matter what you do. Thank you for being a good sport, the two of you. I know it was out of your realm of comfort, but it's something now when you go into an interview, you'll say, no, I've done this, I have written a press release, and that's a skill that can. So thank you, Brittany, for allowing me to push my little agenda into the rec. So now on to Abby, so excited.
Yes, as Key said, my name's Abby, and I'm so excited to share with you my marketing internship. So a little bit about me. I'm from Elburn, Illinois, so that's kind of a smaller town, and I've really loved getting to know Batavia and seeing all the things you guys do. I go to Augustana College in the Quad Cities. My majors are multimedia, journalistic, mass communications, communication studies, and business administration with a focus in marketing. I'm a rising junior and a 2027 graduate, and those pictures are two of my favorite things. At Augustana, the slew path at Fall, if you ever get a chance in the Quad City area, you gotta go check it out. And I'm also part of my school's newspaper, so writing is a big passion of mine, and I have loved my past 2 years working on the newspaper. So as Katie mentioned, a big project of mine was photography. I love taking pictures. I have been taking pictures for a couple years now, and it has really become such a big passion of mine. Those are some of the places that I took pictures this summer. Some of my favorites were Batavia on Court. That was the first time I took pictures, and it was really fun getting to go out there and talk to people. I also really love taking pictures at all the River Rhapsody concerts. I think the energy there is just so exciting, and people love getting their picture taken there, and it's just so fun to see people let loose, dance, and sing to all the great music. I also really love taking pictures at Windmill City Festival. That was my first year being at Windmill City Festival, and I thought it was just such a great time, and the energy there was so great as well. So I really enjoyed that. And then here are a couple of my favorite pictures from this summer. So we've got some pictures from Uncorked. I took pictures of the lifeguards at the quarry, some pictures of the campers at Windmill City Festival, and also just some pictures of families connecting and enjoying themselves. So another big project of my internship is design, and this is something that I've really learned to love, and I've really gained a lot of skills in design. I created some pinroll craft instructions, some Play Lab labels, Uncorked ticket labels. I also created some social media advertisements for Softball League and Energy City Soccer, and I really just enjoyed my time playing around with the design programs. I also worked very heavily with communication. As I said earlier, I absolutely love to write, so I was very excited to know that I was going to be able to write press releases for this internship. So I wrote a River Rhapsody press release, Windmill City Festival press release, a National Parks and Recreation Month press release, and I am now working on the new Batavia Depot Museum exhibit press release, so that should be coming out in a couple of weeks. I also got to write an article for the Batavian, so you gotta look out for that. And I was also able to work very closely with Carolyn in creating Windmill City Festival text messaging and Windmill City Festival email messaging. So that was really great to be able to learn those programs. That was something I hadn't done before, so I really enjoyed that. A big project that I know our other two interns had mentioned too is working on National Parks and Recreation Month. We had a really great time working together, and through that I worked very heavily on the social media campaign for this month. I made little videos that have a little windmill that twirl around, so we called it Have a Whirl. We did weekly posting, and that's where I wrote a press release. I made some posters to hang at River Rhapsody, and there's also one in the Civic Center right now. And then I worked a lot on social media posting too. So those are some of the posts I made for social media. I really loved working with Illinois Unplugged. I thought that was a great campaign. And so I really wanted to make sure that everyone understands how they can utilize Batavia Park District and have fun while enjoying our parks. So I just want to say thank you so much for this amazing opportunity. I have really enjoyed my experience here, and I've learned so much, not only just from the marketing department, but also from the recreation department, the parks department, and the finance department. I've really been able to learn a little bit from everyone. So yeah, I want to thank Katie, Carolyn, Gail, Allison, and everyone in Batavia Park District. So yeah, thank you so much.
So I will say, I love the intern program. I started my career as an intern. Both of my kids started their careers as interns, including my daughter, who worked as an intern for Dirk for 2 separate years, 2 separate summers. So I'm excited for all of you to go on in your careers based on some of the things you've done here and bring all of that into your career. It's just, you know, I love the intern program. So just because I know what it can do for the rest of your career. So if you ever think that your intern time was a waste or not, is not. This is definitely something you're going to use. You're going to move forward with it. I'm really excited for you guys. So well done. Very well done.
We have a phenomenal set of interns, every single one of you. And I've noticed that they've all been linking in with staff, which is great.
Oh, good, yeah.
And so continue to network, use those resources, and lean on your education, and you can't go wrong. And definitely put us on your resume.
Awesome. Well done. You were under no obligation to stay for the rest of this too, by the way.
It's a great experience for them.
You will not be upset if you wanted to leave, you know, just so you know.
Does that go for all of us?
You have to stay 30 minutes after we're done. So, thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
We will move on to item number 12, Executive Director's Report.
All right, how do I follow that?
Yeah, see?
My goodness.
Ask Brent how he has to follow, so now you have to follow, you know.
Somebody else gets to taste it.
There you go.
Thanks. That wasn't spiteful.
It's shady in here.
I'm going to lean into it. I'm gonna You got this.
Yeah.
All right. Well, last month, but it was after last month's board meeting, so I wanted to cover it. On June 21st, the Park District and the Historical Society threw a 50th anniversary party for the community, and we celebrated by welcoming past and present staff, historians, dignitaries, and it was a 90-degree day, but the people came, they saw, they conquered, they enjoyed themselves, they recognized the legacy of the Depot Museum. It opened its doors in 1975, and we had staff that were giving guided tours, commemorative displays, family-friendly activities. I want to give special props to Brittany and Katie and Kate Garrett for being the masterminds behind the committee that made this magic happen. So many people see the day of the event, but there's so much that goes on behind the scenes. And not only were they, while we were planning this event, you know, we had just finished the Clark Island event, and now we're planning Callahan Community Center grand opening. So there's a lot of plates spinning, and they don't drop any of those plates at all. So kudos to you.
And the cake looked amazing.
Yeah,
It looked
very cute.
I don't know how they did that, but
Mad Batter Bakery of St. Charles.
yeah, that was really cool.
And then, so I had to borrow Abby's design here because she did such a great job. And so July is National Park and Recreation Month. A year ago, the Park Board passed a resolution acknowledging Park and Recreation Month. So the Park District offered free activities for the community throughout the entire month. On Wednesdays, the River Rhapsody Concert Series, the Windmill City Festival. We had the Popsicles in the Park actually earlier today, acknowledging Big Woods, which was the winner of the Park Madness contest, modeled after March Madness. And so we're proud to bring the fun, and we truly mean it when we say your fun is our business. And speaking of Windmill City Festival, I do want to thank President Tillman for and Commissioner Slayer for helping us sell and serve beer at this year's Windmill City Festival, and as well as our volunteer groups. We had the Batavia Parks Foundation, we had the Batavia Firefighters Union, and the Batavia Chamber of Commerce. And each of those groups will get 10% of the proceeds from the alcohol that was served during that time. So on Friday, unfortunately, we did have to respond to a tornado watch and lightning strikes that were in the area. So we had staff safely evacuated the area, and so we were able to put our safety knowledge into true test. But with clear communication and teamwork, we made safety our top priority, and safety will always be our top priority in these big events like that. So, but it didn't stop us the rest of the weekend, and thanks to everyone who helped make the Batavia Windmill City Festival the biggest party of the summer. So you may not have seen this yet if you haven't been by the Depot Museum, but we installed a brand new 6-sided information kiosk. And it's just outside the depot. It has eye-catching, rotating updates provided by our own in-house marketing department. I like to say our marketing department is our in-house ad agency, as you saw earlier tonight. And so all the latest Park District happenings, special events, wayfinding will be included in these signs. So it's already a great way to enhance visibility and community engagement right where people are already congregating.
It's perfect. It's like right off the path too. I love that.
Love it.
Yep, and we have a large format printer, so we can design in-house. So if there's something that needs to be quickly swapped out, staff can do that. And thanks to our facilities department for the installation. And our consultant, Next Practice Partners, is currently developing a comprehensive community needs assessment. So I will be running that by the park board. It'll be in final draft mode, and actually probably tomorrow I'll be sending it out to you to get your feedback, to get your insights and your feedback for review, because I want to make sure that this final version reflects the priorities of the park district and reflects the values that our community wants to see in the direction that we're going to be heading. So this will ultimately serve as the foundation for any data-informed decisions that the park board and the park district are going to make. And I just feel it's one thing. Now I feel like Katie, just scrolling on from one webpage on to the other. We've partnered with Upland Design to lead a refresh of the West Main Community Park Master Plan and to help shape a more inclusive and forward-thinking vision. We plan on hosting 2 open houses in the summer and fall where community members can provide their feedback. Whoops, oh no, what did I just do? Can provide their feedback. And we want people to share their ideas, their priorities. I know we have a representative from Batavia Youth Baseball in our audience tonight, so we definitely want to hear from our affiliate organizations on their vision and what they'd like to see. But this master plan refresh is a vital step in ensuring that our park continues to meet the evolving needs of our people that are using it. And I had to do a that was then and this is now. The transformation of 150 Houston Street. In fact, that's what we used to always call it before we gave it an official name. It was 150 Houston for a long time. It's a powerful visual story of community investment and revitalization. So what was once home to the Batavia Professional Office Building, it was a bunch of private offices, it was medical offices, like chiropractor, optometrist, dentist, medical many medical offices. And then today, it's now home of the Patrick J. Callahan Community Center. It's going to be a vibrant, multi-generational hub, and it's going to be where people of all ages can gather. So from the enrichment program, the Play Lab enrichment program that we're offering, all the way to our seniors, all ages can connect. And I guess you could say this transformation reflects not just a change of structure, but a shift in purpose. And it's really quite a story to say that you know, what was an eyesore in Batavia at one point is now completely refurbished, and it's our gift to the community.
Will this meeting be in there next month or in September?
September.
September.
Yep.
I couldn't remember which one it was.
Yeah.
I knew it was one of those two.
Well, that's all right. It'll be September. So one more meeting here in the bar room. And then
I'll
last.
need a reminder, by the way, in August that it's our last meeting, because I'll
Yeah.
come here in September.
No worries, we got you covered.
Yeah.
And then the public, you are invited to the Patrick J. Callahan Community Grand Opening, Community Center Grand Opening and ribbon cutting. And that starts at 8 o'clock a.m. Saturday, August 9th, and it goes until noon. 10:30, we're gonna have the program with the ribbon cutting, and we'll be able to really do guided tours. We're gonna have, whoops, sorry about that.
Sober. Can't say anything else now.
Sorry about that. A little quick happy on the mouse. But we can't wait to have the public step foot inside this facility. We purchased it in 2021, so it's been a long time coming. And it's a great vision with the museum annex feature, so people can enjoy the museum lab and watch an exhibit take shape from start to finish. We'll have Batavia Access Television. Yay! We'll be housed inside the community center as well, and we're going to have the recreation team moving from the East Side Recreation offices. Their permanent home is going to be in the brand new community center. We'll have the Skyloft and River Room people can rent for board meetings, private parties, and we'll have 1 million programs in there guaranteed. So recreation staff's going to be in there, and they don't want it sitting empty.
No, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It's
So.
fantastic.
And
Very
that
exciting.
is a wrap.
Awesome.
Excellent.
All right. Let's see what else we got here. All right, we are on item number 13, old business. We are going to talk about the North Dam Depot conceptual design services and feasibility study discussion. Did you had some background, or you wanted me to the dam conversation? So this is a discussion on the city has a proposal to us to go in on paying for a feasibility study and conceptual design study with a company that they have selected without RFP, by the way, and without really, and I'm not trying to slant the conversation, but it is without necessarily total input from the Park District and slanted towards a more city view rather than a Park District view. I would like to entertain that we go back with them, have a conversation and say, we would like to be involved. However, we would like to do it a certain way. We would like to make sure that we have a proper list of everything we'd like to be done in a feasibility study. We'd like it also to include things that pertain to the Park District. We'd like to put it out for RFP so that it's done properly, not necessarily, here's just a job to this individual. And then, I have no problems with the city. They're great partners, but I do have a problem when any entity comes to the Park District with ideas that don't include the Park District in them. So it's like, I think we should be responsible and say, great, let's do a feasibility study, but what is it going to do for the Park District, right? So,
back up a little bit first.
Right. So, I don't know, this isn't necessarily a motion per se, but more just some guidance to staff that we like conversations with the city, but like to say, hey, this is kind of lay it out. We'd like, you know, a feasibility study done in a certain way. I mean, so if you guys have any input with that or objections to that, you know, I don't want to slant the conversation one way, but that's just what my thoughts on it.
I think that's a good idea. I think if they're asking for our involvement, then we need to go in fresh and get all of the information and then make decisions from there.
Right, right. Yeah. I mean, it's just fair to the park district that we're doing it the proper way, and that it includes.
And we'll be a good partner that way as
exactly,
well.
exactly.
Yeah, that's fine. We can, I can appoint staff to get a committee on our end, and then we can meet with the city and then talk about a scope of service and really lay it out and then do the RFP process. Even if it's under 30,000, it's the transparency and it's
exactly. And I like the fact that you want to form a committee to talk about it in here and then bring that to the city and work together. So now you have, you know, folks working together here, working together there. That sounds perfect. So.
Great. Thank you for the direction. I appreciate it.
Awesome. All right, moving along. New business. Batavia Youth Baseball Affiliate Agreement.
There's some excitement here.
Yeah.
Yeah, this has been a long time coming. Sure. We actually have the president of Batavia Youth Baseball here tonight, Austin Dempsey.
Hello. Thank you for giving me an opportunity to come and be in front of this group tonight. I learned an awful lot the hour that I was sitting here. Wow, what a really informational group.
There's a quiz later.
Yeah, like, wow, the depot turned 50. That's pretty awesome. And I definitely know where I'm going to be on August 9th.
Yeah.
Because what you have done at 150 Houston Street is truly transformational, and it looks absolutely beautiful. And as a guy who dabbles in real estate from time to time, I can say I see the investment that you've put into the community, both in your parks, but definitely in your buildings and your facilities. And as a Batavia resident, it shows, and I just want to thank you for that. So I'm delighted, as Allison mentioned, to have an opportunity to represent a all-volunteer group of hardworking Batavia moms and dads who tirelessly work to put on community baseball here in our community. And well, it's interesting, the depot turned 50. Hard to believe this, and I didn't know this until I got on the board, but next year, Batavia Youth Baseball will be celebrating its 70th anniversary, founded in 1956. Which is truly quite spectacular that for 7 decades there's been hardworking Batavians who've volunteered and worked to create community baseball. And I'm very proud to let you know that in this spring we rostered 42 teams of age groups from really, we don't do t-ball, so it's actually pitching, pitch baseball, either coach pitch or player pitch baseball from about 7 years old up to 17 years old. So that's over 500 Batavia boys and girls playing baseball at all sorts of different levels. We compete regionally with our travel teams against all the teams of the Chicago Western Suburbs in a league called the WSBL, the Western Suburban Baseball League, as well as the KCBL, which is the Kane County Baseball League. And we're right now accepting registration for our fall program for our house athletes. And we will compete locally here in Batavia versus Batavia teams, as well as in the FVBL. Man, there's a lot of acronyms here. So, which is the Fox Valley Baseball League. And we're very excited this year. In the fall, traditionally we have not had an opportunity to offer our high school players an opportunity to play because high school starts and they're busy in sports, but we have lots of amazing fall sports and we have an offering this year that is going to be a baseball league for high school athletes that will compete in the Yorkville Baseball League. So we're pretty much touching, our baseball players are going pretty much to all the surrounding communities, representing their city, Batavia, wearing the bulldog on their uniform, and we couldn't be prouder of our teams and our coaches. In addition, every year we offer a Power League, which is our league for our special needs community. So this year we had We had a waiting list. We had to cap it at 40 Power League players. So every year over the summer, all we go out and we partner with different organizations that service that part of our community, and we give them an opportunity to put them together, and we put teams together, and we do modified baseball with them every summer, and it's always such an enjoyable experience, which is great. So I can tell you that I've been in my role here in the organization for approximately 9 months, and I had an opportunity because I was so excited when I got involved in this. I called Allison and I said, Allison, I'm so excited. I represent Batavia Youth Baseball now. I'd love to talk to you about what can we do to partner together to work on our, improving our baseball facilities here in the community. And Allison said, well, I'm glad you called. Because it's been a few years since we've heard from anybody over there. So a heartfelt apology we have been a little bit more radio silent than maybe we should have been. That was then, this is now, kind of like your picture that you put up there. And the this is now looks a lot more exciting, and we've had an opportunity to work with so much of the staff that has been so spectacular over these past 9 months to build relationships, build lines of communication. We've got an active schedule that we put back and forth on a Google sheet, so we're constantly in touch and keeping track of when fields are available. We had an opportunity to work with your attorney, Aaron, on revising, or I guess drafting a revised contract, a couple revisions of that contract for a 5-year contract for the Batavia Youth Baseball Organization and the Park District to continue this multi-decade partnership. I don't really know when it started, but probably a long time ago. And so I believe we're in front of you here tonight to go over that agreement and discuss any questions you guys may have, and as far as what we're doing from a baseball standpoint. But I couldn't be prouder to be a Batavia resident and to have had an opportunity to really interact and get to know and increase the communication in the last 9 months. And Allison and the entire team have been a true delight to work with. Thank you all.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to say, and the respect is mutual. I mean, we really appreciate the open lines of communication and your leadership, and Matt Pierce, as well as Zach
Hasselhoff.
I was going to say Hasselhoff. I know that's not right.
I'm
a child of the 80s. But thank you very much for, we've had really to start from, pun intended, the ground up. We looked at everything, every single field, every the inventory that we had in our system, every amenity within every field, and took a fine-tooth comb to it, and we're really excited to bring this to the board tonight.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming. Thank you for coming. It's good to see you again. I know this was a really painful process because there were like 4 agreements that really needed to be put together into one comprehensive agreement. It's got everything in it. So, I know it was a lot of work. Thank you very much. I know that, I remember when I was first starting the board of baseball would come and they do a presentation every year. And we're looking forward to those again and continuing our partnership, which we've had it has been decades. So, and I'm excited. And this agreement, when I was reading it, I probably should have had somebody else read it, understands legalese, but it has pretty much everything in it, and so I know that it was not, easy to put together. So I appreciate your efforts on this. So.
Thank you.
Any questions on it?
I want to say too, I really believe it's a true equitable partnership.
I do too. Yeah, that's what I really didn't see. It wasn't slanted necessarily one way or the other. It really seemed like this is going to be a great partnership. So I'm excited for it.
Yeah, and we'll be able to, we're going to be meeting more often, whether it's, Nathaniel working with the Parks Department, doing a how to care for the field day, or whether it's, staff sitting down with the president, vice president, and board members and prioritizing capital projects, and then us bringing it before the park board to further prioritize those projects. So So it's really a wonderful situation.
I'm really excited for the maintain the field day because when you get a bunch of men and women who are excited about maintaining baseball fields and you teach them how to do it right, we're gonna have some really nice fields. So I can pretty much guarantee that.
Sounds like we're speaking the same.
Yeah, right. I see where I'm coming from.
Lots of passion, we need to just make sure it's directed the right.
Yes, just do it right, 1 pound of fertilizer, 20 pounds of better. No, slow your roll. So yeah, no, this is gonna be great. So, entertain a motion to approve the Batavia Youth Baseball Affiliate Agreement as presented in our packet this month.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Bell, second by Druin. Please call the roll.
Bell.
Aye.
Druin.
Aye.
Tillman.
Aye, motion carries. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate your time and effort.
I appreciate everybody's effort as well. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you to the committee, Brittany, Josh, Nathaniel, Kim, and Alex.
Yeah, it was truly a team effort.
And of course, the BYU group.
Yeah. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye. All right, we are on 14B, Memorandum of Acknowledgement to Batavia Park District and MI Homes of Chicago. Was there any preamble to this? Where do we have this? This is, this is a land cash, this is the.
Yep,
part of the-
acknowledgement of accepting the west leg and not
Yes.
accepting the east leg.
This is the path thing that we talked about
Yep.
before.
Yep. So not accepting the east leg, we actually get $32,000 for not accepting it.
Yeah, I was like, where did that come from? But yeah, if, for those who don't remember, this is the design that, not taking one leg that essentially would be all covered with water a lot, and taking
By
another
water
leg.
treatment. By the water treatment?
North Aurora.
But North Aurora, Autumn
Autumn
Ridge
Okay.
subdivision.
Yep.
There's a map in here that.
It's by Jones Middle
talks
Park.
about it.
Okay.
But it's a smart play, because otherwise we'd be maintaining stuff that's underwater all the time. Yeah. So entertain a motion to approve the memorandum of acknowledgement between Batavia Park District and MI Homes of Chicago LLC.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Bell, second by Druin. Any further discussion? Please call the roll.
Bell.
Aye.
Druin.
Aye.
Tillman.
Aye, motion carries. Awesome. Item number 14C, approval of quit claim deed for a portion of Lot 69 Autumn Ridge subdivision. It's basically like the land that all this goes to, right? So, right?
Yes.
That's about it.
Yes.
Correct me if I'm saying something wrong.
You're right, you're right.
So yeah, this is just and I had to slow down to say quit
Yes.
claim.
Don't call it a quick claim.
No, it's not a quick claim.
It's not a quick claim.
A quit claim.
It's a
Quit
quick claim.
So, entertain a motion to approve the quit claim deed for a portion of Lot 69 Autumn Ridge subdivision.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Bell, second by Druin. Any further discussion? Please call the roll.
Bell.
Aye.
Druin.
Aye.
Tillman.
Aye, motion carries. Item number 14D, second reading and approval of credit card payment and ACH policies, payment policies. This is continuing our conversation on amending and updating our credit card payment processing and our ACH and saving ACH information and so forth, so that folks can make their payments a little bit easier on their credit cards, right? This is our second reading, so we actually are entertaining a motion on this. So, entertain a motion to approve the revised credit card payment policy and new ACH payment policy as presented.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Bell, second by Druin. Any further discussion on this?
So I just wanted to clarify, so the policy is changing it so that we can also pass through the credit card processing fees to the customer, right?
Yes, just for installment billing transactions and for
Only.
special events as well.
Okay.
And they will be laid out to the customer beforehand. It's not like a hidden
Right,
fee
like
that-
it'll be something that will be stated.
Right. Great. Please call the roll.
Bell.
Aye.
Druin.
Aye.
Tillman.
Aye, motion carries. Item number 14E, approval of resolution number 313, a resolution regarding credit card fees. This is essentially a tack on to what we just talked about, right? So I will entertain the motion, then we can have discussion. Entertain a motion to approve resolution number 313, a resolution authorizing the Park District to pass through credit card processing fees to customers in accordance with the Park District's administrative and operational policy.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Bell, second by Druin. Any further discussion? This is basically answering the question that you just did.
I just was getting ahead of myself. You're quick study.
Right. Please call the roll.
Bell.
Aye.
Druin.
Aye.
Tillman.
Aye, motion carries. All right, that, we need to have executive session. After executive session, we will not have any more business to come before the board. So entertain a motion to enter into executive session to discuss land acquisition 2C5.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Bell, second by Druin. Please call the roll.
Bell.
Aye.
Druin.
Aye.
Tillman.
All right, we are in executive session, starting at 8:41.